guaranteed to be the off lane
Dude, look at them. They're going full mech. Well, other than Kunkka. But they're going mech strat. If they pick Timbersaw next, then they're assembling like all of it. Look at all the Keen folk they have on their side.
What type of buff do you get when you go all mechs? Is it like becoming
You can assemble into
Voltron?
Voltron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
We
was
really
the
are
thought.
the same wavelength. You spend too much time with me, man. You can't talk to regular people anymore. You spend too much time.
I don't even know what
with me.
regular people are like.
Uh,
It's fine.
you went to a rave this weekend, and everyone was just looking at you like you were weird. You started like saying things that I would say.
Yes.
Oh, I can picture it now. Okay, Zeus picked up now, even more scouting and a hero with a little bit of global potential. So between that and the silencer, and maybe one hero with like some actual jump instead of just global potential to get on top of the Tinker, I feel like you have enough answers.
The Zeus is really good. I like this pick quite a bit. It is going to be scary though because Kunkka Techies is just going to destroy these heroes. Like if Zeus gets caught by an X, it's an immediate blast off to follow it up, and there is nothing you can do to get out of that as a Zeus. So this is going to be really scary.
Yeah. We'll see how they round this one out. I think they just get rid of more heroes with jump here on the side of DogChamp. Well, Zeus picked up. Do you still want to ban out Puck, or are you fairly certain this one's going to be played mid?
I feel like
You
this
need
one
a
has to be
position
mid.
one right now. You need a position one, unless they plan on running the tiny as a one with the moon tribe. But one tiny's basically fallen off, right?
Yeah, it's like 4 tiny, 3 enigma, 5 silencer, mid Zeus. Like they definitely need a safe lane. They get rid of the life stealer. It's almost guaranteed to be like this Kunkka Techies off lane. I think both teams need their one position. That's what it looks like to me, at least. The life stealer would have been a pretty solid pick, to be honest. But they also might need to ban out the Ursa here.
Yeah, either way, they don't have a ton of reserve time to work with. Get rid of the Mars, so they're concerned about just being stuck in. I wonder what it is they plan on grabbing then, if they're getting rid of the Mars, because I feel like a
They're
lot of these
thinking
other heroes are
that's
fine with standing their ground and fighting.
they're thinking it's a 1 Kunkka then. That's like
Yeah.
that's their thought process, right? If they're banning that, they're thinking Italiano Gangster's taking the Kunkka to the safe lane. And to me, this definitely seems more like something that they would take off lane for Little Nick, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I say the biggest thing right now for offline, especially when you're playing against
Oh,
this lineup, is just running an offline that can build into Wraith Pact and Pipe.
they have to ban Gyro here. They have to ban Gyrocopter here.
Who does? 5RAT?
5RAT.
Well, because the mech strat.
Well, not because of the mech strat. It is like the hardest. It is like the hardest counter in the game to Enigma. Like you just pick Gyrocopter here, and the Enigma has absolutely no game. And it's a great carry matchup for what they have already. Something that team fights well with them, plays around the Kunkka and the Tinker, can kind of frontline with BKB.
Radiant knows just who to pick here.
Oh, they go Little Nick's Visage. Are interesting. All right. So it is going to be the safe lane Kunkka.
God, I need to get my brain checked. You say gyrocopter, I don't even think of the strategy. So, you mean the mech strategy we were talking about earlier?
No.
Jesus Christ. Get a new analyst, Ricky. My God.
I guess like the idea with Kunkka is you do have the Tidebringer to kill Eidolons, but the Gyrocopter is way safer. Naga Siren, arguably one of the best counters in the entire game at dealing with Visage. This is an absolute miserable experience to play as Visage.
Yeah, we've seen the Naga Siren just... Yeah, you were there with me. We were watching them just like run them down underneath the tower like 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Visage like limping away and not being able to do anything at all. It is disgusting in my opinion. Everything else, though, it's not so bad against the Naga side. You've got reasonable AoE damage. Once you get like Aghanim Scepters on the Tinker, you can clear things out with Kunkka. Technically has a ton of AoE to deal with the Naga Siren. The silence lasting such a long period of time as well is huge. And if B9 can work his way up to an Aghanim Scepter, you know, that AoE battery assault ends up clearing out illusions incredibly fast and slows down their DPS by a lot too. So you got some solutions here on DogChamp, but I do prefer the draft of 5RAT a bit more than last time. I think that DNM is capable of carrying this one with the Naga Siren.
Yeah, this is actually a much easier game for 5RAT just based on draft alone. I think if DogChamp had picked had picked the gyrocopter here in the last on 23, like it's just a free game for them. I actually don't know what 5RAT could have picked in response. It would just been very difficult. So they kind of dodged a bullet there on 5RAT, and they do manage to get like the really good Naga Siren game. So we'll see if he's managed to pull out in this lane stage coming out ahead. I think that's going to be easier said than done. Even though he's into the Visage, the big question mark is going to be the techies and whether or not, you know, this hero is just too difficult, because if you get like a blast off into like double or like just soul assumption spam at level 1, like, you can kill the Naga Siren.
Dude, I'm surprised that people even gave up Yarn's techies again. I mean, we saw it come out once already in this tournament, and he just dumpstered the other team with it. So maybe after this one, people will learn you not only gave up the Tinker there, which everyone's been banning out against DogChamp, but also the techies. You got to be pretty confident around 5RAT, but I don't know, man. 5 Rat Gym instead of 7? I don't think they're going to look so hot this game.
Right over there.
I'll let the smart people look.
All right, we'll see how this is going to play
out.
psychopath
to be level 26 on this hero.
I still find it hilarious that like Slacks hasn't played techies since the rework, not even like one single game.
Can we fact check that?
I'm pretty sure that is fact checked. Oh my gosh, Italiano Gangster is Grandmaster on the Kunkka 30?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why they thought that it would be Italiano Gangster position 1 Kunkka.
I mean, I guess so.
He's Grandmaster on it.
Jeez. That is a little surprising, to be honest.
Yep. They've got... This is rough. They're playing against a Grandmaster Kunkka and 2 Master... like a Master Tinker and a Master Techies as well. Everyone's on heroes that they are incredibly comfortable with. And of course, Little Nick is just comfortable on every hero because he's a god.
That's true. His Visage is pretty strong. We'll see if he can manage to... do okay in this lane. I think like Silencer just getting like multiple levels in Arcane Curse is going to be enough to pretty much make his game miserable, though.
You set sail for fail.
I think the banner was... I don't know. Maybe it was Arteezy. It keeps disappearing after a few seconds, though.
Yeah, I don't have my free cam control set up. You know, I actually use an Xbox controller to operate my free camera.
That's so cool.
But I don't have it plugged in right now. I don't know where my Xbox controller is. My room is a mess.
That's all right.
But yeah, Pythian Legumi ended up teaching me how to do that. I've like X on my controller to like switch it over to free cam, and then like my D-pads remove the HUDs. You can get some really cool angles with things in team fights.
Yeah.
Showcase view.
And
shout out to Pythian. That guy owns.
He's quite good at what he does. Yeah. So bottom lane.
Not that I'm unhappy with you being here, Ricky. Smiley face.
You mean Jerry, right?
Right. Of course. But go ahead. We talk about the bottom lane. B9 is getting bullied. Yeah. Trying to pull the creep wave around over to the tower here, but he's dropping incredibly low for it.
It was a nice kind of wraparound. It will kind of keep the wave here for Nick, which is really important. He also does get the double block on the small camp and the hard camp. So really, really slick play from him there. Because you do need to get to like level 3, level 4 on this Visage to kind of, you know, not die constantly.
I don't think even that helps. I think as long as the Naga Siren even like goes even if your Naga Siren is behind you, it still just absolutely destroys your hero. Everything you have is single target. He breaks through your Gravekeeper cloak right away. He has tons of movement speed on the Naga Siren as well.
I didn't quite anticipate this being like the clockwork in the off lane, but it does make sense because they need to have someone that can tank the damage from the Silencer. It is a much stronger lane for the Visage. And the reason I thought like Kunkka was going off lane is because the Kunkka Techies lane is really strong as a duo. So
this is so miserable to play against already. My God.
Yeah, there's not going to be a moment where like DNM is really under pressure in this bottom lane.
Yeah. Take a moment to look at some of these other lanes, assuming that not much more action is happening down there. You got Tinker versus the Zeus over in the mid. This one is relatively even right now, and I don't think much is going to come of this one. Both of them just want to farm up, spam their skills onto creep waves. It might have been slightly Zeus favored in the past when there was still a small camp over by the mid lane, because I think he's easier time clearing things out and then moving over to small camp and grabbing that. But I imagine it'll be like just a complete draw here in the mid lane. And up in the top, you've got some kill potential here between the Kunkka and the Techies. Like, you do a lot of damage. You've got some decent slow between these two, but it probably won't come out until Yaren hits like level 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, once a Tidal
Maybe
Gangster
1
like
max.
gets his 3rd point in Tidebringer or any other damage item, you can't actually use the Eidolon's spell.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. He instantly kills them, so
Yeah,
you just
he's
see
not
him.
going for phase boots right away, by the way, or bracers for that matter. He's just going straight into armlet here.
Yeah, very interesting.
Little Nick's getting run down underneath his tower. I mean, we knew this would happen.
We literally talked about this in draft that we, during DPC, saw multiple scenarios where a Visage was being dove under tower at 3 minutes by a Naga Siren and dying.
Yeah.
And
there it is.
there it is.
Oh my god, he had a point into the Glaives of Wisdom already as well. So he just lose 2 int there permanently.
Yeah.
That's a +2 for AB1. AB1 has a massive brain, by the way.
There's no reason for him not to just go for Glaives right now. Like, the last word damage is nice once you get higher levels, but you just need to be able, like, you're going to chew through the Gravekeeper's Cloak, like, incredibly fast with the Naga Siren and, of course, the Curse. So that extra damage you get from the Glaives is just worth it. And you know you're going to get kills in this lane, so.
Yaren up in the top lane. He ends up getting caught out.
That's a nice pick off.
Yeah. Gets on top of him 3 Eidolons. Toss back into the Enigma on top of the Malefice, ends up making quick work of him. Alright, that was weird. Kits ended up like hopping down the cliff in order to secure a CS with Heavenly Jump. That was weird. It almost looked like he wanted to commit onto the Tinker with that one there, but he had like no business doing so.
They're looking in bottom here once again. B9 trying to put his body in front of the Visage so that he's not the one in danger. And, you know,
that's support life for you. You put your body on the line for little Nick.
I mean, it worked for a little bit, but forcing some regen out from AB1. He gets the infused raindrops delivered, so Soul Assumption's not going to be nearly as strong as they were before. We might see them make just another curse play here. They've got that mirror image in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, Little Nick needs to be careful. It's around the time where B9 wants to start rotating for the power runes. Maybe set some vision up around. In fact, see Yaren making a rotation over to the mid lane. You now have a Destroyer placing an Observer on top of the hill. Zeus has moved back, though. I think Kits wants to be full HP and mana before a fight happens around the power runes. Or maybe he'll just dodge this one completely. But it does give the Tinker a little bit of an advantage, farming up the creep wave by himself.
Yeah, he's going to come back full health, full mana for the 6-minute runes. He's going to try and
it's
get
actually
his
good
level
timing.
6 as well.
Yeah, I take back what I said. This is like a sick move here by Kits.
Sentry's just off the mark. And Rune's going to be
unlucky.
bottom. A regen as well. And B9 there to protect it. And that is very good for Destroyer.
Yeah, that's lucky. Wasn't even there for when the power rune spawned, but managed to find himself the regen. This will really increase the speed of his farm. He's hopefully gets one of his out. Oh, look what Moose is doing. He's wrapped behind the tower here.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to find anything, though. It looks like he's just going for the long rotation into bottom.
Yeah. He might run into the courier before.
I mean,
he sees
they can
raindrops
kill
and
B9
wards on it.
so
He's going for the
easily
courier.
if they get the rotation. Yeah, Moose gets the courier. No avalanche, but he does have a level in that toss, and Little Nick in so much trouble. The toss on in, and he's just taking so much under the tower as well, and Nick will be able to survive for the moment, but the Thunder God's Wrath to finish him off.
Oh, that's rough. I mean, B9 is like putting his body in front of him, like you mentioned, but doesn't have any points in the power cog yet, so couldn't actually get them off of him there. Has gone 2 points battery assault, 1 point rocket flare, which is like kind of normal. Sometimes you'll go in level 2 power cogs, but he just wanted to scout and went up with the rocket flare. So just finishing him off definitely makes the game of the Visage even harder, though. We're now up 3 kills to nothing on 5RAT. But at the very least, things are going good for Italiano Gangster.
I just realized AB1 actually didn't get any in-stolen from that kill.
Yeah, he was too far.
Yeah, just slightly out of range. They're going to try and turn around potentially in the bottom lane. They do bring down the Tinker. Nah, he cancels his TP. Dude, Nick comes forward. He's like, yeah, I'll fight them, but just keeps getting owned by the illusions. The Riptide does not break Gravekeeper's Cloak. It just goes right through it in terms of damage. So that's what makes this matchup super strong. The Nagasigner illusions are basically just doing full damage on every auto attack plus Riptide.
Oh, yeah, it'll do it right now. Top lane, by the way, see spinning onto Italiano Gangster up here, but he actually managed to turn it around and find a kill off into speed. He gives him that tip as well. Oh my god, destroyed there. I guess he thought that one would be easy.
Easy for Italiano. I mean, level 7 Kunkka, this hero has great stat gain. He's got a ton of damage. And again, we know that these Eidolons are never going to be present, and you need them for damage.
Wait a minute, it's in. Yaren's level 2. Oh, bottom lane, B9 getting run down by the illusions again. But like you were mentioning, it does go right through the Gravekeeper Cloak. The reason for that is Gravekeeper Cloak only blocks instances of damage above 40. And currently, I think before he's only had 1 point in Riptide, which was just sitting at 40 itself. Like, once it hits level 3 or 4, after you factor in magic resist, the Gravekeeper's Cloak will start blocking it.
Yeah, but then your Gravekeeper's Cloak is just also instantly deleted.
Yeah, it's just melted. Yeah.
Oh, Black Hole onto the Kunkka. Speed trying to do what he can here with the Eidolons, and he gets them double kill with the Zeus. Triple. Oh, it is a triple. Oh my gosh, they get another one bottom.
He found this. He got the clockwork by mistake. He didn't even mean to grab him.
Well, that's quite the infusion of gold and XP for your mid lane Zeus.
Oh my god, Kits isn't even trying, and he's finding these kills.
Presses R, just gets instantly 700 gold and 500 XP. Very cool. And then just goes to the jungle and farm up some stacks. I mean, that is huge. It was very close there from DogChamp. Like, if they were able to kill those Eidolons, that black hole damage is not even close enough. But
dude, he's rich now. He's got a Kai off of that.
Yeah, he's really, really farm. He's gonna get that 5K net worth right around the 10-minute mark. That is like kind of the sweet spot for the cores, you know.
That's where you hit on like a farming mid hero. It's way more difficult to hit that on Zeus. I mean,
that was also when you had the small camp in the previous patch too, right?
Yeah,
so there's a
exactly.
lot less gold out of the mid lane than there used to be. So it's very impressive when you see a mid laner hit that mark.
Yep. Get the occult bracelet as well. This thing gives you so much mana regen. When I read this item, this neutral item, I thought it's like, okay, it gives you 0.5 mana regen when heroes hit you.
No,
but no,
everything.
it's just like creeps as well.
Yeah, it's Timbersaw's armor, but for mana.
Yeah.
The thing that made it really good initially too is it was also +5 all stats instead of just 3. It was very good. It was just Ocean Heart with a better passive for the. Or I guess Ocean Heart was actually pretty broken. Kind of glad that
By the way, I had our admin Badger fact check your Slack statement earlier about the fact that he hadn't played Techies since the rework. There's been 7 games of Techies post rework.
Those were actually played by people on his account, not him.
Oh, so Slack's account shares.
yes, not. Top lane, they're looking for Yaren. They got the Avalanche, the toss in place. Plenty of damage there from moves, but Time of Gangster is here as well. There's gonna be the X, the Torrent, the Boat, and Destroyer will be there to finish him off. And the chase maybe continuing. Nah, they got a haster on Zeus, he's outie.
Ooh, cleans up those Eidolons. Yeah, Ikonko is one of the better heroes we're playing against as Enigma. Man is sitting at the top of the net worth now, thanks to just farming up these extra Eidolons. I think you were talking about cleaving these things down just makes it too easy for him. He's going for second item BKB, by the way, which is the boring King Bar, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do against this lineup. Have you seen my ultra low skill Kunkka build, by the way?
Do you have a high skill build for anything?
No, I just have a low skill. Thanks, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Kits is dying here, just like our friendship is dying.
What are you talking about? Baited on the DD rune there. Very nice there from B9. Getting that first hook shot in. And of course, the follow-up from the blast off is just going to be such a devastating combo this game. Especially, it's mainly for the Zeus, right? He completely relies on his heavenly jump for mobility and a massive silence up to 7 seconds at max level is going to be really difficult for him to deal with.
Yep.
No, go ahead and talk to me about your very good build, though.
Okay, the low skill build on Kunkka. I just rush BKB is my first or second item, and I go Aghanim Shard and Aghanim Scepter, and I let my team win the game for me. I mean, I do some damage, but you know, you basically just go big disable and pull the enemies around with the Riptide.
I see. Oh, they found AB1.
Ooh,
no,
clean.
what a slick play there with the Tumbler, still able to cancel that TP. And Nick's going to pick that one up. And this should open up the tower very easily. They're going to bring down the Kunkka so he can kind of farm the bottom side of the map. And Visage on the way to that Wraith Pact. Very close already.
Oh, I should also say that the Water Park build on Kunkka, or Waterbender, was trademarked by Pop-Tart.
A Waterbender. Okay.
Yeah, at least that's what he calls it. No, he's patented it. I'm not going to question him on that one. Anyhow, they've got 3 heroes positioned up here in the top line. They've got Wraith Pact completed on the Enigma. Zeus is sitting in the trees here. Moose is ready to pounce as well. I don't think they should defend this one. If Yarn walks forward, he dies. Yarn, no.
He's going to try. He's just, it's a bait, guys. It's just a bait. Moose looking for him. Thunder God's Wrath being pump faked on the backside, but they're still look. Oh, he just jumps away. He's good.
No way does he do. We saw this in a different game. He did this exact same play up when the top tower was dying. I mean, he didn't accomplish anything by being up here. Let me make that clear. But he did style on them as he got away. At the end, isn't that what matters?
Yeah, that is the only thing that matters.
Manta style now completed on D&M, so he's going to be slip pushing around the map. Also makes it even easier for him to potentially clear out Techie's mines at a bunch of different locations.
Hookshot top
B9.
lane. B9 put himself in a pretty rough position here, but it is just space for the rest of his team to try and show up, and he's going to survive this for the moment. Thunder God's Wrath ends up getting soaked thanks to the raindrop. It will just be Yarn that goes down, but Destroyer is still throwing these spells. He's got no vision. He's just dead to Eidolons. Oh my god. He just died to the Eidolons.
Did he just get 100 to 0 by Eidolons?
He like rearmed so much of his health away and then just died to the Eidolons. Give me the death summary.
Players in shambles.
Give me death summary here. What is this?
Yeah, the death summary ain't working.
This would be a great feature I think Valve should fix. Yeah, he literally only took 600 damage, or like about 800 damage in that fight. The rest of it, he like rearmed off of himself. But yeah, he just took a bunch of damage from Eidolons and then one, little arc lightning from Zeus.
I was too busy focusing on trying to spam out those rockets as quick as possible. Ends up going down for it. Right. What do we got going on now? He's a little bit more hesitant to jump into the creep wave.
The blink.
All of a sudden.
The reveal there from Moose, the avalanche to follow it up. The hookshot comes in, does connect. He gets the Wraith Pack down, but there's the global silence. He can't get away. They've got the techies as well. 2 dead speed with the black hole. Gonna catch the Kunkka, holding him in place. Clockwork runs in to try and cancel it. Does what he can. The boat coming out just way too late, and it's gonna be 5RAT looking really good in this fight as now B9 trying to hover himself away, but there's a song of the siren. Nowhere. There's no escape here.
And he ends up going down as well, so they end up losing 4 heroes for nothing. There. I mean, you do have to commit global science, you do have to commit black hole, but you got heavily punished for trying to dive that tier 1 tower. Alright, I mean, he's gonna be playing a defensive game for the next couple of minutes now.
And they can just keep pushing, like, they're still very strong, even without their ultimates. The blink availability of the Tiny is something you have to be very scared of, so.
They managed to defend this tower. I wasn't sure they would hard commit for that push, but because without their abilities, they don't feel super confident. Enigma working on the Wraith Pact and Pipe of Insight. Visage working on Wraith Pact and Pipe of Insight.
I'm sorry, did you say he's working on Wraith Pact and Pipe of Insight? That is crazy. All right, I feel a little bad here for the Clockwork. Moose goes in, avalanche toss, he goes down. Yarn just barely connecting on that silence is gonna be Lil Nick trying to chase him down, pops a stick, but it's actually gonna be enough to save him.
Yeah, last set of rockets don't end up connecting with them. Tinker's going for Blink Dagger Shiva's Guard, by the way.
Yep, this is the build.
Is this the build?
Yep. You go blink.
Explain to me why this is the build.
You just spam Shivas every single time you blink, and it gives you vision and giant AoE slow and damage. It is very obnoxious to play around. It'll just clear the illusions.
The reason I ask is because I don't play Tinker myself, nor do I speak to any Tinker players.
I see.
So
yeah, he'll go like Shiva's Overwhelming Blink BKB this game, or just like BKB into Overwhelming Blink. Like that is for sure the build this game.
Interesting. It's like looking into the culture of an aggressive nation.
If you're in the vicinity of Dyer's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat.
Crazy that they just have like different ways of doing things. My favorite part of Tinker is the fact they gave him free boots of travel.
It's not the ability to blink while taking damage, which was like the only previous way to actually stop this hero from being able to just blink away.
Well, you know, it's just one of my many favorite features. Is this free
I see.
2,500 gold item.
I see, yes. They're looking to invade here. Little Nick gonna try and scout out onto the high ground. Does get the D ward, but almost gets bursted there by Moose Plus there. But the shard revealed from Yarn catches 2 on the stun. The boat comes through as well. They take him down. The Wraith Pack damage reduction. Who would have guessed? Saves both their heroes. Song of the Siren comes through. Wait, they have no black hole. There's no black hole.
He's 70. He's faking them out.
He's faking him out, but there's the BKB from Italiano. Gonna try and turn this one through. They do take down Little Nick. The silence is there, but it's gonna be Destroyer on the backside with the Tinker just chewing through him. And Italiano Gangster will survive as they're looking for more underneath the tower. It's gonna be Kits here as B9 trying to chase him. DNM will help bring him down.
Oh my god, I was panicking there. He walked up with such confidence. Like he was going to black hole. Maybe I was hoping the players on DogChamp would like panic there, but Italiano Gangster stood his ground and started whacking away at him. It's so unfortunate because the black hole came up like just moments after he died as well. And there we go. Shiva's Guard now completed. Yes, you end up losing that losing a couple heroes that team fight, but things go for you. You end up getting out on Kunkka. Tinker completes his next item. I think his next team fights are gonna go a lot better for DogChamp.
Yeah, it is still a very strong Naga Siren that you have to be careful of. She has the Orchid
but now
completed.
you have one more tool to deal with the Naga Siren in the form of that Shiva's Guard, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was talking about. Like, he is going to go the BKB next. After that, I would guess it is the Overwhelming Blink. Just because the whole game plan for him is to just spend as little mana as possible while dealing like a lot of AoE damage. And that's just the form of like Shiva's Guard into Overwhelming Blink spam. He just blinks onto speed.
Right into speed.
I mean, he might be able to avoid using the black hole here. And it just comes in on Kits, finishes him off, and Yaren now on the run.
No.
Is that? I mean, that was just very interesting.
That's one word for it.
In the river, B9's caught Moose. But it's going to be the X into the torrent, into the boat there from Italiano Gangster. The question is, do they have the damage to follow it up? It's going to be Lil Nick onto the high ground, but AB1 is here as well. They will be able to get one. The silence does come through. DNM trying to find his target. They have that global silence, but they just don't have the damage right now. Italiano Gangster is tanking through a lot of it.
His HP is going to start dropping pretty quick there because of the Rum Hangover and the Arcane Curse, but he managed to walk away. Well, just holding onto that BKB, so if he needed to pop it, he could use that as a safety button. But instead he holds it, and that means he's going to have it for this next fight as soon as Tinker comes back up. But Tinker is also working on the BKB. I mean, he is just getting caught out in these fights. Magic damage is blowing him up here. This Zeus is a bit of a problem.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're almost done with the pipe completion here on Lil Nick. He is just 300 gold away, so this will definitely reduce a lot of the damage that's coming out in these fights, but Zeus is one of those heroes that can overwhelm the pipe still. Oh, Techies maybe didn't realize that the real Naga Siren was there. It catches him with a silence, just chews right through him.
Yarn is just nothing to DMN right now. It is ridiculous how easy that was for him. Yarn is like Yarn has like absolutely no money on his techies either. It is surprising to see him this poor on the hero. He's struggling to find anything this game. He's basically just throwing out his blast off and stunning and silencing heroes. That's the only thing he's contributing. Yeah. It's not easy though. I mean, again, he is playing into a Naga Siren. he is playing into Enigma. They can always send out these Eidolons and illusions into his proximity mines, so it limits his usefulness. And if he ever gets like gone on top of, well, we saw how effective both Malefice and Net is. They just run at the techies, find a kill off onto him. So not easy for him. And there's not much farm for him to find on the map either. When you have a tanker on your team, he's just going to be blinking around from wave to wave, clearing that out. You're not going to be able to find farms in position 4.
Yeah, I think the thing that's like, I mean, you talked about it. He was like level 2 super like late in the lane stage. He didn't really have the ability to stay in the lane because they wanted to give that solo XP on over to the Kunkka in the kind of the space for him to farm. But Techies does need to kind of have somewhere to soak XP and farm after that. And he just hasn't really been able to. B9 with an Invis rune. He's looking for DNM. He does find him. They know this is the real one. The question is, can they actually kill him? Oh, he's just trapped him inside the cogs. Just responds with an immediate Orchid. The global science comes through, but there's going to be the X into the boat. Italian Gangster with the BKB, but Speed comes in with the black hole. They turn it around, but there's going to be the familiar drop by Nick. Avalanche toss him up onto the high ground, gets that pipe off, but so much damage just going back the other way. The Wraith Pack there trying to reduce the damage done. Italian Gangster will survive for now.
Just armlet toggling through it with the rum debuff on him as well. How is he pulling this one off?
He's got the Matrix, right? Baby. The defense Matrix keeping him alive. Can he toggle once more? No.
Nice try there by Destroyer. That is some sick defense Matrix gameplay I just saw. I haven't seen anyone use that ability as efficiently as I just saw right there. You almost got away with that. But 3 heroes now taken out. It does put Black Hole on cooldown. Ooh.
Yeah, Black Hole on cooldown. They also don't get the Naga Siren, which is the big kill that they want. Overall, really big win for 5RATFORCESTAFF, getting themselves about another 2,000, 1,200, almost 1,200 gold for that.
At this point, I think they want to start looking or setting up around the pit. They're slowly invading DogChamp's jungle. It does feel a little bit scary to go anywhere when you're playing against techies, but you know, with these Eidolons, scouting things out, helping clear out these mines, things get a little bit easier for you.
All right, slowly farming here on the Tinker, trying to catch back up to this Naga Siren. Very close to the BKB, just about 900, 800 gold away. And once you have that, I mean, it is something to keep you alive in these fights. It also allows you just like you said, kind of BKB off that global silence and then use that defense matrix to maybe keep your team alive, but still dish out some damage.
Radiant scanning around for enemies.
How close are we on Zeus? He's actually going E-Blade next. Interesting. So I wasn't sure if he was going to go for the Ags or whatnot, but has opted to go for the E-Blade.
Yeah, this is pretty common. You just do so much damage so quickly, and if you do manage to get caught out by like the Kunkka or the Visage Birds, being able to drop the E-Blade on yourself really does help. Tons of utility. I think this item is like too good for like spell damage heroes at this point. Like before, when it was Eagle Song and Ghost Scepter, and you had to build up into it with that, like it felt kind of awkward, but the effect it gave you was like just incredible. Now it's like, okay, a lot of like spells and bammers, I'm building up a Kaya anyways for a magic damage boost, and it just gives me even more of that.
I'm not
it
sure
makes more sense, but I was just gonna say it makes more sense that like it's a spellcaster item. It should be easy for spellcasters to build, but
yeah, it's
also like just really good on spellcasters now. Instead of being like a niche thing you have to go out of your way for, it doesn't give you stats that you want.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but we did get the full heart delivered on DNM. He is very strong now.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky for them to have the damage to go through him. I think at this point you need to like kill all of his teammates off first, and then hope like Tinker can perma-hex him.
He went for the shard. He actually bought out the shard, the Song of the Siren, providing health regen.
Interesting.
I mean, that's a full fight reset. Honestly, it could be a big game changer. It's what, like 20% max HP? Oh no,
I mean,
it's 8 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, 5 a second for 8 seconds. That's what, 40% HP?
Correct. That is math.
All right, cool. We can still do basic multiplication. I'm not that down yet.
V9's managed to
if
find
only
an
my
AV1.
teacher could see me now.
Tries to force staff away, but the missile's chasing him from Tinker. Gets the pick off, and it's going to cost him. Nice trade there as Tinker trying to do what he can here. So in case you were wondering why the Shiva's is so good, is you can cast it during the rearm animation. So you basically can double cast Shiva's if you time it correctly. So it's like just a quick double nuke.
Ooh.
And that's how you farm with it, essentially.
That's neat. Anyways, we'll go back to talking about the... I wanted to go back talking about the Aghanim Shard, but they're clearing out Roshan right now. One of the reasons why it happens to be really good this game is most of what they're doing with like the techies, Kunkka and Tinker, they're going to be whittling these heroes down inside these team fights. If you can like reset everyone back up like 40% HP, when Tinker spent the majority of his mana pool whittling people down, then you win any team fight.
Imagine if DNM
So
gets the Paladin Sword too. Oh.
Yeah, it stops them from being able to clear out Naga Siren's teammates like we were talking about.
No,
By
unlucky. Meanwhile, I don't know what that Thunder God's Wrath, maybe just for scouting his bottom lane. They're looking for Italiano, but Moose, he's dead. They got the missiles in chase. They do have a black hole. They cast it, drop it right onto the Kunkka, and there's going to go ahead and be the global signs to follow. Do they have the damage to finish him off? He's actually kept himself alive for quite a bit here. The Arma toggle on through.
God.
Italiano is out. And you're going to have a Tinker rejoining this fray here in just a moment, but it's going to be Little Nick chasing down Speed and Destroyer there to help finish him off. He's now going to continue the chase, look for more heroes, but will not find them.
Using it for scouting, just like you were talking about. The Arma toggles from Italian Gangster have been disgusting.
Yeah. They don't have
He's like doing this while the rum debuff is on him as well.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of ways of like bursting through him, you know, which is really difficult. Destroyer, there we go. Just the good old Shiva spam. There's going to be the Orchid, but he's got that status resistor from the defense matrix, so he's fine.
He's also got the BKB to activate if he has to, but the Visit Bird, so he feels nice and safe, and they'll be able to walk away from this one. So I think, you know, a little bit easier now for DogChamp, as we were talking about. Huh?
Yarn's
he's looking for Zeus
his
now.
targets. Oh, they've managed to find Clockwork once again, but like you said, they're trying to chase down Zeus. They do end up getting it. Destroyer up onto the high ground. He's got the vision. He's just going to try and spam these ones out. They do have a Song of the Siren available. Yarn's going to be found here by AB1. A net to follow it up, and yeah, it's going to be a dead techies.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yarn not having the best techies game of his life. He is 0-10 right now. It has not been easy for him.
Not at all. Speaking of easy street, though, DNM is enormous. They're going to be able to find Kunkka here. He does have a BKB, gets the break, silenced up, taking a ton of damage, but Destroy just jumps onto the backline, tries to find the supports. He's going to be able to do so, takes down both. Speed comes in, BKB from Destroyer. He's just going to TP on home, and that is just like how good he is on this hero. He's just 3,800 damage, just constantly spamming 2 spells. I got him.
Actually, 4,700 damage in that team fight there on the Tinker.
Oh yeah, it was 4,700. Jesus.
Yeah, very gross.
You got the ceremonial cloak robe as well. It's that AoE minus status resistance and minus
This
magic
is one of the better
resistance.
items you can find on Tinker.
Yeah, it's so good.
Extra max mana that you have really does help, but like you mentioned, extra status resist, lowering the enemy team's magic resist as well is pretty huge.
Cool.
His next item is going to be the Sheep Stick, and that is going to be the answer to the Naga Siren if you can get the jump off onto her.
DNM bottom. He's going to find Little Nick here, but he got the Gravekeeper's cloak off just in time, but it doesn't matter. There's just so much damage coming out from the Naga Siren, and he just gets chewed up.
Yeah, it'll stall things out a little bit, but it's not going to keep him alive. B9 looks like they're about to lose him as well. Man, he's been just working on his Ooh, okay.
Some swift movement there, but there's another, you know, silence
Unlucky.
into the ensnare, and DNM is 13-0. They're going to catch this fight here, though, on the side with Destroy up onto the high ground. There's the X, the boat, the torrent, everything connects. The question is, can they take down the Naga Siren twice? Speed trying to get into the fight. He has the black hole available. He's looking for these heroes, but Destroyer able to get out Italiano with the BKB. They finally get DNM once. I mean, everything is still up for the side of 5RAT, though.
Yeah, DNM kind of just let himself go down there. Could have popped a Song of the Siren in the middle of that and, you know, reset the fight.
I'm a little surprised they didn't, with like the Enigma getting so close. Like they might have been able to find the Tinker. All right, top lane, Tinker, Destroyer. He has to BKB and be very careful. His Speed's looking for his black hole target, going for the refresher. Yeah, there it is. Black hole comes out, even the global silence, and the damage is there. They take him down.
All right, there was the punish finally. I'm maybe he felt like he wouldn't have been able to drop that rearm and then get the blink away. The Enigma was close enough that it would have landed onto him, but that nerf, or not nerf, the buff to Tinker actually ended up coming in clutch there. The fact that he didn't have any boots made it easy for them to run him down because blink happened to be on cooldown.
Yeah.
He couldn't press it.
Clockwork, top lane, gets found. He was, I don't know. I think B9 like thought the Zeus might have been stuck around, but was not the case. Yeah, it was a little bit of a greedy play there from Destroyer. If he had just BKB'd for the kill on the Zeus, he just gets it without a doubt and walks away. But as soon as he held that Thunderbolt to cancel that rearm, he was screwed.
Little mistake that he makes ends up giving 5RAT a little bit more control of the map, thankfully. And DogChamp has been working really hard to claw their way back into this one. The game still remains relatively even, but any death this Tinker takes ends up going a long way for them. So they managed to grab themselves a tier 2 tower. Octarine Core now finished on the Enigma, by the way.
Yeah, he's been working on that for a bit. And DNM has the full Bloodthorn, almost a BKB now.
This is big.
You do have the Ags completed here on the Visage, which might be able to save him in a couple of these fights. We'll see. But top lane, Italiano Gangster is looking for kits. The rotation in from Destroyer as well. The quick song! They found him! They have a global science available. He does he have the TP? He just instantly goes for the BKB to try and TP on home. He's going to make it. Speed comes in on the backside, but he has no black hole. Tries to force him out. There's going to be the global silence, trying to TP his way out of this one, but the stun is there thanks to the clockwork, and DNM, he's in it. But can he actually do this? It's going to be a Tinker up onto the high ground, trying to scout out these other supports. He takes down that Tiny very quickly as he's now turning his attention over to AB1, silenced up for the moment, but they're chasing for more here, trying to take down this Naga Siren back behind the base, and the Tinker's going to go ahead and join on in now. The question is, can they do it? Pushed out of the cogs. DNM trying to run away. The tip comes out. They got him.
Long time coming. I mean, I think that was just 5RAT getting ahead of themselves. It feels so important to jump this Tinker. They kind of forgot they didn't have the tools to follow up afterwards. Like, the only BKB interrupt that they have right now is this black hole. So yes, you end up committing Song of the Siren on the Tinker. Yes, you're on top of him with your hero, but he can just BKB TP away.
Yeah.
They completely forgotten about that one. That put everyone else in a really awkward position. Destroyer gets out. He's able to come back in afterwards with his allies, and Kunkka ended up just absolutely destroying them there.
I mean, they had to global silence his TP, right? Or does that not work? Because it is a spell, right?
Does.
Isn't Keen
Yeah,
Convergence a spell? So like they needed to global silence his BKB TP, but they were just a little too late on it. I'm not sure if that was like they caught the silencer out or something, but
yeah, I missed that one in the fight as well. That's a good point. Item Scepter now completed on Zeus.
that one is pretty big.
Yeah.
That being said, though, it is suddenly a 6K lead for the side of DogChamp after that fight. Okay, I do gotta ask you something. Is it pay to win that they can tip the Naga Siren and it shows over the real Naga?
Yes.
Like
it's definitely pay to win.
Like it definitely just appeared over the real Naga Siren. I'm not sure if it appeared over all of the illusions, but like Yarn in the middle of the fight there when they were trying to figure out the real Naga tips them and it just like pops up over the hero. I'm not sure if they see that in game or not.
I don't know enough about the tipping mechanics. I'm gonna have to test that one after this game.
Oh, Riptide audio is now broken. Very nice, thank you.
Yeah, I can't hear it either.
It's just a beta game. I was.
I can hear it again.
Back. Okay, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Top lane here. B9 does have this ward to scout things out, but they are smoked for the moment. They jump in. They're going to find that Visage. The silence is there, of course, thanks to that Bloodthorn. Quick pick off from them. Is that a gem somewhere?
No,
there was
just
a sentry. Okay.
Yeah. Tried to sneak past him, but they're just fighting around that area earlier. Garn will keep the mid lane pushed in while Naga stands up to the top. Yeah.
Oh, they actually don't have vision. He ends up backing away. Does not want to risk going that deep. They had some vision of moves there for a moment. I mean, they have a lot of different ways that the Tinker can surprise heroes. They have, of course, Silence as the Grave. Clockwork gonna get found out once again by DNM. It's gonna be Kits that just yoinks it for himself.
Well, at least he's got his 4-staff done now.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's a lot of magic damage he's taking. He can't even like pop a Ghost Scepter to save him in this situation. Yeah, working on Lotus Orb is his next item though. Makes sense.
Definitely needs it.
Yeah, being able to take the silence off of his allies and reflect a couple single target spells, but mostly being able to pull like the silence off of a Tinker in the middle of a team fight is going to be his main objective with that one. Dispel. Roche going to respawn another 20 seconds, so both teams, well, it's more so 5RAT, just controlling the area around the pit.
Ooh, they get some vision for a moment onto Yaren. Tinker's coming in, though. Oh, no, he's not. He might have baited him just a little bit. Pretty deep dive here, but Yaren trying to buy himself a way out of the silence for the moment. They're going to end up finding a Tino Gangster here on the side of the fight as well. Tinker, again, going to come in. He'll cancel the BKB, the TP on home. Italiano, will he make another black hole from speed? Gaps him right on the end. And that is 2 dead on the side of 5RAT, or on the side of DogChamp as the Roshan respawns.
Black hole cooldown for 110 seconds here, but I don't imagine they're going to try to fight into this on DogChamp.
It seems like they're just on the same, not on the same page on the side of DogChamp this time around. Like they're thinking they're gonna go in for these fights, and they're just super spread out on the map. Whereas last game we saw them just deathballing everywhere.
Yeah, I mean maybe it's partially because a lot of the heroes are kind of underfarmed. I mean, Techies is finding a little bit now, but for a lot of this game, Yarn just have absolutely nothing. B9 has just been like food to this enemy team as well. So they might feel a little bit underwhelming what they're able to do, and they can kind of like throw things off with the cores that are more farmed and do feel really powerful.
So Speed's gonna grab the shard, which of course spawns the Eidolon on each Malefice instance, and DNM now has the Aegis with a Basher completed now too. So these BKB TP outs that we've been seeing coming out from the Kunkka or even the Tinker, not likely to happen again.
Flicker. It'd be nice if they could find that one on DogChamp. Do they have it? What they got so far for their neutral items? Wait.
What was your question?
I'm trying to find what they have neutral items on DogChamp.
DogChamp have Stormcrafter, Aesthetics Cap, and Ninja Gear.
There we go.
Oh, B9.
Nice if they find themselves a Flicker.
100 to 0. That is rough. Oh,
Ooh.
a Timeless Relic.
All right, that's a big one. 15% extra spell damage over to the Tinker. He's definitely going to replace... well, the Stormcrafter is a dispel if you end up getting hit with a Global Silence, right?
Yeah.
But can you really pass up the extra 15% spell damage?
You could give it to the Techies, to be honest, who also does a lot of spell damage, but yeah, it's hard to say. I think that if he stays alive, he does more damage, to be honest. Well, they managed to find that AB1 on the backside. The Hex comes out. They catch the Enigma as well. And the Rearm will take down Tiny. Destroyer doing work. DNM with a very nice Song of the Siren, I suppose, as it hits everyone. But your whole team is dead, and Destroyer is in pursuit.
Yeah, he's going to find him as well.
Yeah, he's very fast.
Probably
going to
find him. Oh my god, this Naga is quick.
Yeah, that Elven Tunic plus Boots of Travel.
And Mantis Style. Yeah, that was... Yeah, you've got 483 movement speed. I guess you're not able to catch him like that. Oh, he managed to get away. I thought for sure he'd be able to grab him with a cheap stick pretty far away, but...
They found the real DNM. He's coming in. They get the BKB pretty much right away.
Yeah.
Destroyer. He's just feeling super strong
I don't think he'll
now.
try to go for this.
Yeah,
the hero's almost back up. I mean, they've got buyback available as well. It'd be pretty risky for the Tinker to just jump in the enemy team's base. So, DNM manages to get away. They clean up the majority of 5RAT though, and now 7k net with advantage here for DogChamp.
Yeah, Destroyer is starting to pull away here on the Tinker a little bit. Still not quite on the same like net worth scale as the Naga Siren, but I mean, that's to be expected just with how the hero works. And now you have this hero that is just so difficult to deal with as like these supports, right? Even the Enigma, the Blink Hex that comes out is just so devastating.
We got some big items completed just now, by the way. Assault Cross finished up here on the Kunkka. Octarine Core now done on Techies.
That's an interesting one. Did he take the Blast Off cooldown? He doesn't have it quite yet. He's almost level 20, so he'll take the Blast Off cooldown then.
Yeah. And he's finally going to grab the Timeless Relic, by the way.
Yeah, I like that. The increased stun duration and spell damage that you get from it is pretty good. And Destroyer, he now has the ninja gear as well, so he just pops that one in the fountain, goes out onto the map, swaps in that Stormcrafter, and he is just incredibly hard to find now.
There we go. Ends up finding the tome there on Techies as well, so imagine he's going to get the blast off cooldown.
Yep, there it is. This is so good. 11 and then 0.3 second cooldown. That is so good.
Considering it silences you for 7, or more than that now. It ends up 7 silencing you for like
20% longer.
9.
That's pretty good. Bottom lane, DNM gonna take this tier 1 tower finally. Little Nick has Grave up in just a couple of seconds, so we might be seeing him like make a rotation into the enemy jungle here and try and find some of these heroes. But dude, I mean, these illusions just push way too fast.
Smoked up on the 5RAT, trying to find what they can. I don't think they're gonna run anyone here though. I mean, they're pretty far forward right now on Talonio Gangster. In fact, he needs to get back right now. Nagasan's gonna try to cut him off and hit him with the Song of the Siren or a net maybe. You have 15 seconds left on the Aegis like you mentioned. I don't think they want to take this fight.
Well, man, B9 is instantly pumped there, dies to the soul burn from that Bloodthorn, and the rest of them will just back on out. And that's the Aegis. Picked up right there. DNM's going to pump that Skull Basher back into his inventory. Little Nick bottom lane. He has a Hex. If he can get some health here in just a moment, there's going to be the Torrent's off the mark, but the Song of the Siren is just going to give him the space he needs to try and get away. Oh! He's going to chase. The question is, can he actually follow with the Naga Siren? She is so dang fast. He does get the missile spam to connect for the moment. Nah, nice Glimmer Cape there from
be careful with how far forward in front of the rest of your team you go. I mean, you are right beside an outpost there.
Yeah.
By the way, BKB now finished on the Enigma. It's flying out to him right now.
I mean, it's nice, but if they actually find speed, it's just going to be the Hex once again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he still doesn't have a blink deck. It's just difficult for him to get into these fights.
I mean, if you can start the fight with the Naga Siren, going for that song, you might be able to catch the heroes you want, but it's still not easy. They're smoked up on the backside. Gonna try and wrap around, see if they can find these big targets. They do see AB1 for the moment, but there's a gem there that's gonna scout him out. The toss up on the high ground. He ends up blocking the hook shot with it by mistake, and Kunkka taking a lot of damage, but there it is, destroying the backside. There's gonna be the black hole, the BKB unable to help, and the global sides to follow it up as well, but the Destroyer is still alive, and Speed is just in the middle of them all. Trying to make himself escape, but Destroyer dishing out the damage. DNM finally about to join the fight, but there's the Hex comes out from Little Nick. They found the real Naga. The follow-up Hexes are there from Destroyer. Moose goes down. The chain stuns onto the Naga is enough as they've got their target held in place. 4 heroes dead on the side of 5RATFORCESTAFF.
They end up finding just a Tinker with the black hole, but there's no follow-up on top of him afterwards. He had Defense Matrix, he had BKB, just couldn't get the damage off onto him. You got buyback on these heroes, but hey, you're gonna have to on the Naga Siren if you want to be able to defend this. There's nothing else that's gonna be able to stop them here.
If the Naga Siren was close enough to that fight, they easily kill this hero, but Destroyer was just, he just, like you said, did not have anyone there to punish him for it.
The black hole was there, but nothing was there to follow up, unfortunately. And even if you get the hero you need, if there's not follow-up damage, you might as well not drop that black hole. So, Destroyer unpunished. They finally buy back on the Naga side, and they toss the Kunkka back in the tier 4s.
He has that BKB. He goes ahead and tries to turn it around, has that TP on home. DNM tries to go in for the bash, but of course, the boat there to protect him. And just the constant spam from these missiles. They can't song. They can't actually get anything out of this. So they force double buyback. Kunkka gets out. Really rough game now for 5RAT.
Yeah. E&M now trying to finish up this Abyssal Blade. I mean, the only way they win this is getting like 2 kills off the Tinker, then trying to rush up onto the high ground. It is basically is becoming who gets to jump on who, whether or not it's Tinker or the Naga Siren hopping on top of the other. This Abyssal Blade is 100% necessary. You can finally catch this guy while you got the BKB active.
I'm curious what he's going to build on Tinker. Wow. Okay, so he queues up a Wind Waker. He's just going pretty defensive here, which is smart this game. So,
yeah.
Really good stuff. Dude, the Techies is now super farmed as well. Has the E-Blade 4-staff Octarine. He's almost the same net worth as that 3-position Enigma.
He was struggling at first. He was down like almost the same net worth as B9.
Yeah. There it is. Wind Waker completed. This boy has got a lot of items.
Yeah. Still has the money for buyback as well, though.
Smoke up here. 5RAT looking for their target, but not going to find anything quite yet. Roshan up in 60 seconds. If Italiano Gangster manages to find AB1, they do see him up on the high ground. They blink in right away. A couple more auto attacks to finish him off. There's going to be the global signs. The Hex comes through to finish him off, though.
Yeah, and they don't follow up after that global. Hookshot managed to connect as well. They get on top of Zeus.
He does indeed. Clockwork saving himself with the Lotus Orb, able to blink away. Kits, however, that BKB is about to expire, and Destroyer is looking for his target, and it's going to be this Enigma. Speed catches him. Oh, the Song of the Siren, though. Able to give him the space they need, and Speed will be able to make it on out. So you save the Enigma, but that BKB, it's on cooldown now.
Yeah. They might back up and sit up around the Roche pit, but, you know, Song of the Siren's still on cooldown. Global Silence still on cooldown for another 40 seconds. They feel like they can get away with going for this Rax here, and they do.
Nick just shredding it here with this third familiar that he has, so well played from him, and that is it. 2 lanes of barracks now. As they look towards their third, still no global silence, no BKB for another 20 seconds. This might be the green light to go for Roche.
Yeah. It is cheese and Aghanim's blessing here on Roshan.
Not the most useful Ag's blessing. You probably just give it to Tinker, honestly, but can't imagine there's anyone else that you're more excited to give it to.
Kunkka's very good on as well.
Yeah, the laser, though, doing that much damage is really good at clearing the illusions. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, it scouts the Roshan, the BKB comes out from Italiano as they instantly start picking up the Aegis and all the additional goodies.
Yeah,
okay, Kunkka will use the Ags. Interesting. So the water park's available.
Yeah, it is just huge control. Like the Naga Siren illusions are all of a sudden doing very little between the stuns coming in from the boats and spam from those ones coming up in the air.
I kind of like this positioning here from 5RAT, just like playing on this ward, and I think DogChamp might not expect it, but if you do get like a really good Song into Black Hole or Global Silence here, it could be what they need to try and turn this game around, but you're 32,000 gold in the hole now.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one team that's good at comebacks and drawing games out late, it's 5RAT. I've seen them come back from tons of positions like this one, but DogChamp today, they've been incredibly careful.
Yeah, they are not making enough mistakes.
Very annoying to have to play against this Naga Siren as techies. At the very least, they've made Yaren's life miserable with this Naga Siren. It's definitely a good pick. They'll keep this in mind in the future, whether or not whether they win or lose this game.
They have Vision of Nick here. Destroyer comes in on the Tinker. He keeps all his familiars alive. Missile spam super annoying. They'll clean up the ward on the high ground, and with that, your forward position gone.
Yeah, now they're going to continue to chip away at this tier 3. I mean, this is the last one they need before they secure themselves mega creeps. And thankfully, their defense is really good. It's hard to fight into the Tinker and the Enigma on the high ground.
Yeah, but you just got so much damage from these familiars. Nyx helps take down that tower pretty quickly as they will clean up the rest of the illusions.
Ow.
Nimbus comes out. I mean, they just don't really get anything here quite yet. He's got a resummon, of course. Yeah, you get one of the 3 familiars. That is it.
It's actually like a lot of just percentage-based damage as they try to walk up the hill between getting hit by these static field on Zeus and walking into the Midnight Pulse. Kuka's HP drops really fast.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's got 4,500 HP.
Mid lane, looking for AB1, Italiano Gangster. Gets pulled back though, thanks to the X, so he's going to be just fine. Moose goes in, tries to get the toss back on Nick, but a nice Force Staff there to keep him alive. And Destroyer starting to show up a little bit more here and there. There's the song. They've caught 3. The question is, can Speed get in for the black hole? They need to be able to do it. There's going to be the black hole. It's on to 3. Do they have the follow-up damage? It's coming out from DNM. They take down 1. They take down Yarn as well. B9 on the backside. Going to be the 3rd to fall. The global silence comes through at the end just to guarantee it, and a beautiful find there from the Naga Siren.
Yeah, it can't be the Clockwork getting caught out alongside that Song of the Siren, but amazing coordination there by 5RAT. And this is something you have to be concerned about when you're trying to break the high ground. You mess up for just a moment, the Naga will come in with that song and let's set up the black hole. Clockwork has to be standing way further back in order to interrupt that one.
Yeah, I mean, either of them, right? The Techies or Clockwork just need to be far enough away.
With that, they're going to get control of the map again. And he's shoving down all these lanes so quickly.
Bottom lane Destroyer, forcing triple TPs, and Nimbus has caught him. He's got the Wind Waker and a BKB as well. He's just going to turn around with it, maybe thinking of going in. Gets the Hex off to the Naga Siren, and TP out. Quick play, man.
Oh, Wind Waker's out of that. BKB's going to come back. Yeah, the Hex off the Naga Siren so he can't get the Abyssal Blade off. That was so clean, man.
Yeah, this guy's...
He forced everyone back. They're going to get no control over the map after that one.
Yeah, this guy's good. You know, he's good. He's played the hero at least once.
Tinker players, man. I mean, now we're seeing why everyone bans out the Tinker against Destroyer. And it's so annoying playing against this as well, because this is something that you barely get the opportunity to practice either in scrims or in pubs. Playing against Tinker in the late game is just so unique.
Yeah.
You do it a lot less than you do anything else, and it's so different from everything else. It was kind of like playing against techies in the past, where you just change up the way that you play. Hundreds there for not being able to finish him off, and now all of his teammates are back alive. Still have the Aegis for another 20 seconds. Thankfully, they're not going to get the use out of this one. But like I said, you managed to win a team fight in the late game inside your base. You get nothing from it because Tinker forced everyone away.
Yeah, I mean, they had no waves.
Pretty disheartening.
Yeah. They didn't really get a chance to get the waves out. You're down 2 barracks, right? So just that passive push in as well. It's just really difficult. You look at the map and it's still pretty much completely dark for the side of 5RATFORCESTAFF even after getting 3 kills.
Yeah. I think B9 looks like he's trying to reestablish vision. He comes into the enemy team's jungle. He's got his gem.
There's the overwhelming blink. This item is terrifying on this hero.
He didn't nerf it, right? Be less base damage and more strength-based damage, right?
Maybe slightly.
That was a long while ago.
Smoke up from 5RAT. See what they can find here. They gotta be careful. It's gonna be Nick onto the high ground to pop it, and Moose goes in, gets the avalanche to toss back, but pops his BKB, and there's his stone form to buy himself some time. The Song of the Siren comes through. They've managed to catch Kunkka and the Clockwork. Speed needs to get in here for the black hole. He can't decide on his target. He's going to go ahead and choose for the Visage instead. There's the global silence that comes out. Can they actually bring him down in time? They do. It's going to be a nice Abyssal Blade onto Speed. Italiano Gangster trying to burn him down, but where's the Tinker? He's joining eventually. He's caught him on the backside. Gets the Hex out onto the Tiny. The missiles are flying as they get themselves another Hex. Will catch the Zeus as well. DNM trapped inside the cogs. 3v1. Can he survive? A nice blast off to cancel it. The X to pull him back. They take down 2-3 buybacks from the side of 5RATFORCESTAFF. They're trying to keep this fight, keep this game alive, but the stuns are there. Tinker, he's regenning in the fountain. He's going to try and rejoin this fight in just another moment. Can they do it? He's up on the front line once again, but nobody on the side of DogChamp has managed to go down. Destroyer goes in. He catches AB1, but he doesn't have the detection. But there it is, a big crit from Italiano Gangster. Finish him off, but Destroyer is hungry. He's looking for more. He gets that Wind Waker off. Give himself some space. Turn and look for more. Trying to take down Speed. Keep himself alive for the moment as he's able to disengage. But DogChamp, another huge one fight for them.
The biggest win there for 5RAT is the fact they didn't end up losing Nagaside. You were forced to go back to the base and regen partway through the fight on the Tinker, like you mentioned. so he couldn't stay on top of him. He's just picking off Naga's teammates there, which he has to do. But now with Silencer and Tiny both down, Black Hole still on cooldown for another 40 seconds. It gives him a chance to chip away at this Rax.
You got
All
A on discs
do
up.
is send illusions at it.
You got A on disc on kits. You got BKBs on both cores, but it is still so scary. And they take the barracks so fast. Just instantly gone. And that is going to be the Mega Creeps. 2 heroes dead. Black Hole in 20 seconds. Neph, can they stall this out?
They can try. I think they can stall for 20 seconds. Yeah, they've still got Fortify available. It's going to be close, though. Doesn't look like they want to get back. DogChamp, they're sick of this 5RAT game of defending high ground. Black Hole available again.
Oh, there it is, the song. It's only caught 2. The Black Hole's coming. Speed needs to get in range. The BKB, the Black Hole, onto 2. DNM turns his attention to the Dinker. Just melts right through him. His buyback's available. He's going to pop that right away. Trying to rejoin the front side of the fight here with his boys. Can they actually turn it around? Down to Gangster. The Chainstone's there. The Water Park throwing both these cores back up into the air. Enigma goes down. The Global Silence comes through, but it's not enough. The Hex holding the Naga Siren in place. They're turning attention. Nick, he's on the throne. He knows it's the objective they need. And with the Naga Siren going down, she's going to buy back into the game, but the throne will fall. The GG comes out, and DogChamp will take it 2-0.
DogChamp managing to eliminate the defending champions here in the BTS Pro Series 13. Some clean games there by them, and I think if there's one takeaway from this game, it's that you're not going to give up Tinker to RCY. We see why everyone ends up banning it out. He absolutely slaughtered them this game. It looked a little bit dicey at first, but once that Shiva's Guard was done, I mean, this man is just built differently with what he was accomplishing on the hero. It was absolutely insane. I want to see his damage, man. Like,
Almost
everyone played a part,
60,000.
but yeah,
It's a
almost
lot.
60,000 damage there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Italiano Gangster popped off on the Bloodseeker game. They ended up playing the last one, and on this Kunkka as well. But a couple of times where it looked like 5RAT might have been able to get back into the game. Like that played in on the bottom lane. He manages to dodge a Windbreaker BKB as he lands, and then turns around and hexes the Naga Siren before he gets out. Like, man played so clean on this Tinker.
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight play for me, for sure. That game is just the heads up play of getting the Wind Waker, the BKB, Hex, TP out. Like, he ran the numbers. He saw every single spell and was like, this is the only way I die, and just executed it perfectly. But it was really good plays all around from DogChamp. They did a great job. They managed to break the high ground despite playing into like this Enigma Silencer Naga Siren combo, which is just incredibly difficult to do. And they came back after what was a rough start. I mean, the lane stage was all 5RATFORCESTAFF. They had a great play, but just DogChamp stronger team here today.
Yeah, congratulations to them as the team that is going to get to move forward for now, and I am impressed. It was rough watching the Clockwork and then the techies that game. It was not easy. Same even goes for the Visage. Like, you don't want to have to play that into the Naga Siren, but
Yeah.
regardless of that, they managed to hold their ground, take control of the map, and close out the game today. Looking real good on the side of DogChamp. If I was some of these other teams, I'd be sweating. They came into this tournament, I think a lot of people weren't expecting them to look this good.
Yeah, they look real good, man. I'm excited to see how they do. We've got another series lined up right after this one. It's going to be No Runes versus Team Brazil, everyone. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to go to a short break here on the BTS Pro Series 13. So we'll see you all in just a moment.